Hello and welcome. This is Rooflemonger, my friends. Today we are talking about Diesel Legacy, an upcoming 2v2 lane-based fighting game that actually goes into open beta today. This game's been on ongoing development for a while, and it's really cool just for the gameplay and the vibe. And in this video, I just want to tell you a little about the game itself and also showcase two of the new characters that are showing up in the beta. So as you can see here, this game's got a whole vibe going on, right? Very like kind of 1920s, roaring 20s aesthetic. It is diesel punk after all. And this is one of the two characters that we'll be showcasing in this video. This is Eleanora. So this is the roster right now. As you can see, not fully complete just yet. It is a game in development, but we have two new characters. In the previous beta, we had Rotwang, Fritz, Rory, and Ruby. They were already around, but now we have Eleanora and Nyra. In this video, I'm just going to showcase to you what these characters are about. Eleanora is a hardcore zoner, and Nyra is a hardcore grappler. And they both make use of the gameplay systems as they are, especially the lane-based stuff, in very interesting ways. So let's start with Eleanora first, tell you about her and some of the gameplay systems. So here's Diesel Legacy. This is one-on-one right now, but we can have up to 2v2. And one of the big things here is I mentioned there's a lane system, so sort of like old school Fatal Fury. So we're in the middle lane right now, but then we can be in the bottom lane. And in the bottom lane, as you can see here, I can't necessarily directly attack people. And if I want to go up, I can go into, say, the top lane, same deal. And that's a big part of this game is lane management. Which lane you want to be to either attack or avoid your enemy. And rest assured, being the team game format, you absolutely can sandwich people between you and your partner and absolutely destroy them. That's very intentional part of the game design. You want to isolate people and beat them up. You can find that out for yourself when you're playing the beta. And don't worry, even though you can get beat up, you know, there is 2v1 situations, right? The game is also designed for that, and you can parry people as a ghost for your partner while you're dead. So even when you're quote-unquote not in the game anymore, you can still be an active participant. But now let's talk the characters here. Eleanora, one of the new characters here for the game, and I feel like she's probably going to be the fan favorite because just one, the attitude. Look at her just walk around. Like, this character exudes cool. Like, let's call it for what it is. And yeah, I know she's smoking. Smoking's not cool, kids. Don't do it. But this is the not 20s. It was a different time, right? Even something as simple as crouching. Every time she crouches, she'll roll them bones. And there's a skill to being able to crouch at the exact fastest moment to throw as many dice as possible. This is the new era of teabagging. So Eleanora, to call for what it is, she's a bit of a gangster. So let me introduce you to the boys.
Say hello to the boys. Hello.
So her henchmen are a massive part of the moveset, and as you can see, they're in the other lanes. That's a big part of the game. And while they're in the other lanes, gangsters being gangsters, time to bust out the Tommy guns, right? So she can be shooting in all three lanes with herself and her two buddies. And the two buddies are more than just a super move. They're actually a core part of the character. One controls the top lane, the other controls the bottom lane. And specifically, they're fixed. The one who does the drop kick will always appear in the lane above you unless you're in the top lane. Then it'll just be the same lane with you. And the other one who does the command grab will always appear in the lane below you. And it's a true command grab, by the way. So they both have different functions. And of course, she can do many other things. Just even, you know, this is her light attack, actually. This is crouching light. Smoking kills, y'all. Because these puffs are not for show. So I mentioned she's the zoner. So you already saw the Tommy gun. That probably gives you a good idea out of the bat, but even certain things like her normals. Her standing heavy, and this is a 4-button game, very similar to, say, like King of Fighters. We have A, B, C, D. Her standing heavy punch is a projectile that you can do up to 3 times. So her zoning's annoying, and that Tommy gun is a special move. So you can cancel your dart toss basic normal into a projectile for some very annoying zoning. Other fun zoning tricks? How about some dynamite? So the dynamite is, well, explosive, right? And you can hold it. Don't hold it too long, though, because it might blow up in your face. And you can also use a bit of a directional tilt to it, depending on what direction you're holding when you throw it. And some other fun mobs to reference this. She can literally hit you with a stolen sack of cash. And if you're a little Marvel inclined, maybe that looks a little bit like Zero, but we can't say that officially. But yeah, very much gangster theme. Not only can we summon the boys, we can summon the getaway car, and the getaway car will just start shooting at people. And you can rest assured you can keep shooting at them as well while this is happening. It's a fun little summon. Or you can just go turbo, and we have an actual mash super. The more you mash, the more bullets you'll put out. Let's say things are looking a little bit bad, right? What's a humble zoner to do when someone starts closing the gap on you? Well, time to take a hostage. So you can call a hostage in, and he becomes basically a little bit of a shield. He will absorb incoming attacks for a set amount. If you beat him up a little too much, he will eventually get away, because, you know, can't be there forever. But yeah, the whole aesthetic, the whole vibe of this character is really something else from herself, and she just reeks of cool to the boys.
Say hello to the boys.
The boys themselves being very fixed, they like their lanes. There's even boy-specific combos. So boy number 1, as I mentioned earlier, he's a top lane only character, right? He will not appear in any lane other than the one above you. So if you're in the top lane, you can summon him. And yes, this dropkick will absolutely wall splat the enemy if they're in the corner. So we can actually take advantage of this.
Make yourself. All right, let's get him, boy. Time to dance.
And there we go. We get a nice little combo, right? So this game lets you be really inventive with both just the characters, because they can do a lot of things, but also the laning, right? Once again, this is a top lane only combo. Top lane corner only combo, right? So the rule set of the game just allows for a lot of fun things. So like the way some of the combos work, like the crouch heavy is usually like your universal launcher, right? So we can call our boy, he'll wall splat, and we keep him nice and low to the wall. We wait, we do our super. The super holds him in place. Might as well toss a grenade there, right? And we can kind of just keep him in place and just keep comboing out. Some really fun stuff. And of course, the game being the game, you can summon the boys, and you can use the boys to shoot at people when you're not even in the same lane on kind of the other end of the screen, right? Just the inventiveness is really fun here. So if you're looking for an interesting zoner, or simply just want to summon the boys, because we all got to summon the boys, right? The boys, they're the reason to be. If you want to summon the boys, this is that character. And our other new character to Diesel Legacy is Nyra, and Nyra is the grappler. So Nyra, well, got a lot of arms to grab you with, right? Just to call for what it is. The base grab 2 has multiple options. Not the least of which here, say, you know, lane-based fighter. Can't exactly grab you from far away, right? Or can I? So one of her features is, if you whiff the main grab, you can use your arms to attempt a second grab. Her arms are actually a resource where you can basically burn them to get additional effects, and this applies to all of her moves. So if I miss my grab, I can try again, but I can try again, say, in a lane above me or below me. So you can grab people that are literally not even in your lane, above or below. So it makes the grappler extra scary in this style of environment for sure, because I don't need to be necessarily directly beside you to grab you. I can be below you or above you. And specifically with the whole burn the arms mechanic, you can go all the way. Whoops, I whiffed. Whoops, I whiffed, but what if I just burn that second set of arms here? And then all of a sudden, whiff, whiff, gotcha. Yeah, that's exactly how that works. She can grab you from a very far way away if she's willing to use up a bit of that resource. So you are not safe on most parts of the screen, because she can very literally reach out and grab you. Now, as far as that grab goes, and she does have other moves we'll get to, but the grab does have multiple follow-ups. It's more than just this base hit. So for one, and this is kind of the easy follow-up, she can wall bounce you. And you better believe, works exactly like you think, you can get combo follow-ups. I'll give you a bit of a basic example, but just to show you here. You can meet them up in the air, and when you know it, she also has air grabs as well as far as supers go. Other follow-up she can do is instead to choose to dunk you down to the ground, and that's a true hard knockdown, no recovery. So the grappler grabs you, dunks you, and then is in your face, and can grab you again and again. Now, the grabs are one thing, and obviously one of the core aspects of the character, but can do a lot more. Like, say, Rekkas. Everyone loves Rekka characters. So here's Rekka 1, Rekka 2, and wait a second, how many arms do we got? How many Rekkas do we get? Well, Rekka 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turns out we got a lot, right? Once again, the arms are a resource, and as long as you got arms to burn, you can use your Rekka series to get more and more and more and more hits. And naturally, your combo system can work very well with this. Just easy hit confirms, easy combos. Another thing, more of a trait than a special, but she's a very long-range character. Her normals are a good deal longer than everyone else because those arms are not for show. So if you also want to play lame, this is definitely a feature of the character. Also, there's a little bit of alpha counters here, as you can see. Where if you block, you can kind of hit them from out of nowhere. How out of nowhere? Well, this move is called the Rangasrama Kam Urja, aka the RKO. And you can do this on the ground or in the air. So just like one Randall Keith Orton, you can really get him out of nowhere. Gives her a very strong defensive presence because you really got to watch out. Because while the move is avoidable if you know it's coming, the fact that she can turn any block into a command grab, basically, is something else. But yeah, the main thing about the character is the arm resource. So many of the moves, even the normals, are about it. Like, say, just stand B. As you can see here, you get a lot of follow-up. So as long as you have the appropriate amount of arms, you can just keep going, which obviously extends your combos as well. A basic hit confirm can get a lot of extra hits if you're willing to burn those arms. And this is, this is her stand B, stand C as well. As many extra arms they have to burn, one button press will get them. Crouching C as well. And crouching C is very interesting because after the initial arm burn, it comes a bit like a scorpion spear, a capture state. As you can keep bringing the enemy in with like lightning bolts, bringing them closer to you. And you can use this to great effect, even on basic hit confirm combos. As you can see here, right? We burned through all the arms, but we got some damage in. And she does have a personal mechanic where if you are just, ever out of arms, you can hold A and D together and she'll just recharge them at a faster rate. You'll have to stay still. There's a penalty for getting quicker recharge, but it's there. And on the armed recharge note, one of her supers basically turbo increases the recharge rate. So you can go crazy and they'll basically come back right away while you're under the effect of the install. So you can definitely create some crazy combos. So say something as basic as I'll use all my normals, right? I used all my arms on the lights, on the heavies, and I still got to use them all again on the specials. So it lets you go above and beyond what you normally could. And hey, speaking of that, another super she has. Basically, any button you press will have a whole mess of arms just attacking all the time. And it's about as silly as you think. Because you can just kind of keep on going, and they will absolutely keep on going as well. So if you want just like a big wall of hitbox while you're advancing, right? That's one way to do it because that's definitely it. Or if you're looking for combo extensions, both that and the other super good. And we have the aerial grab super too, as mentioned before. So she's very interesting in that she's obviously terrifying up close because once again, we got those dunks in, right? And hard knockdowns in your face. That's scary. And she also has incredible range. Like usually the grappler is strictly the up close character, but she can be up close. She can be very far away. She plays well at a lot of ranges. So a very interesting character. And that is the new characters for Diesel Legacy. Once again, the beta is today. And it runs to the beginning of January. So we got a while to try it out. It's a really good season for fighting games in general. So try out all the new things because there's a lot of fun stuff going on. If only just for the aesthetic alone. This game's aesthetic is definitely top notch. Definitely very different than everything else. That all said, that is the video. So thank you very much for watching. Hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some Diesel Legacy.